Yeah. Isn't that funny? All right. Oh my goodness. That was a horrible noise. We are back at it. Yep. White vans? That's interesting. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, absolutely.
How old are you?
I am 37.
Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for RFK, but, you know, he was in support of Trump, so.
Okay. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, so that's my issue. It's like, I support Trump like 50% of what he does, right?
Okay.
And so my issue is it's like, what's the alternative? It's like, what is the country or where would we have been if like Kamala was elected, right?
Just say Harris.
Harris. All right. So if Harris was elected, like, what would have happened? Like, I feel like we would be in an economic worse place than we are now.
I don't like assuming, like, because that's, we have no way of knowing unless you somehow can tell me
Right.
what, like, do you have a crystal ball? Like, can you, if
I do
so,
not.
can you tell me what the winning lotto numbers are going to be?
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
You often ask about what is the best thing about Trump, and I think it's like the economy. I feel is better, and it's like he does not great things, but like he tries to surround himself with people who will inform him, and then like this is where the like 50% like split goes. Is it's like he is unable to like fully follow through with stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sure. So, on what metric are we saying that the economy's doing well and that Trump's doing a great job with the economy? And also, not just the metric, but what policy specifically was enacted to, in fact, make the economy better that's already in effect?
Yeah, so better is the key. It's not great. It's like, so we have the supply chain crisis throughout COVID, and it's like, I feel like the tariffs have pushed the economy in a better place because, you know, over the last, you know, 4 years, the economy has slowly progressed to be better. Like, you know, um, inflation is down and all that jazz.
Inflation is up from last month. Inflation from
Uh,
is up from May.
Yeah, so I'm talking about grand totals. It's like you can look from one month to another, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
but you and I both are going to live
It's
more than just one the next
it's
month.
Yeah, but even then, if we look at like the last 6 months of Biden's presidency, it consistently stayed below 3%. Like we got down to 2.4% in September. We were at 2.6% in October, 2.7 in November, right? So
Hmm.
we're at
Yeah.
2.7. We really haven't gone down. We're right where we were. So the
Right. Well,
argument
the
that it's
average is
gone
three
down is
percent.
incorrect.
Okay. I'll acknowledge that. But the question is, like, what do you think the economy would have been? Excuse me. So I feel like Trump tried to make the economy slightly better by, you know, doing the tariffs, doing all the stuff in order to make it so that when we have international relations, like America's not getting, you know, the short end of the stick.
All right. Are you talking about this trade deficit boogeyman?
Why do you call it a boogeyman?
because it exists for a reason.
So, but what I'm asking is like, what do you call the trade deficit boogeyman? The like fact that our exports are more than the imports coming from the country. Is that what you're talking about?
And thank you, Marco, for becoming a paid sub on TikTok for 12 months. Thank you so much. Okay. Also crazy, but thank you. So no, I'm calling it a boogeyman because in these cases, most people didn't even know what a trade deficit was or what it could be
Mm-hmm.
considered
Yeah.
just 7 months ago, right?
Right. Okay.
Right. So when I say it's a boogeyman, it's because people just learned about it, and so now they're
Mm-hmm.
parroting talking points that they've heard. Now there are actual reasons why a trade deficit exists, and that's because
Right.
the United States moved away from being an exporting nation. Right? We become an importing nation, and that happened decades ago. This isn't new.
Yeah.
We've been doing it
Right.
for a while. Just now, all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, it's this big bad thing that we are an importing nation versus being exporters. That we're not industrialized the way that we used to be back in, let's just
Right.
say,
And
the 50s, right? Like right
yeah.
after, like the 40s, 50s. Like we haven't
So if we're
been
talking,
an exporter for a while.
yeah. So if we're talking about just physical goods, I 100% agree with you. But what do you think about like intellectual property rights, innovation, things like that? Because it's like I feel like Trump got it wrong when he was like, let's make America great again. Let's be an exporter of like steel. That doesn't make sense. But it's like what America exports is uh, intellectual property. It's like the iPhone. It's like this is something that's unique to America, even though it's made in China and blah, blah, blah. Right?
Sorry, it didn't sound like you were done with your statement.
Well, so it's like America used to export steel. We'll just use that as like the base example.
We still
But it's
do.
like now this less so. It's mostly food at this point. It's like we export food to China, right? So that's like our major export. But it's like right now our major like contribution to the global economy is services and intellectual property.
Yeah, and Donald
Do you
Trump
disagree with
hasn't.
that?
Let me be clear. So I was curious because I don't think I've ever heard him mention it since he was inaugurated. So I just did a quick Google search. Donald Trump hasn't mentioned intellectual property since 2018.
Okay. So do you not think that his team is working with him to get those issues resolved?
Why wouldn't it have already been a part of his tariff?
Because Donald Trump is a child and only builds with blocks. But that's beside the point. I feel like he surrounds himself with people who are doing the right thing and trying to get intellectual property protected.
Yet nothing's been done. So again, this is just your thoughts, feelings, and vibes. So can you tell me what's going to happen tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like I feel like this is the point though is that like there's so many thoughts, feelings, and vibes going on, and it's like the actual uh, reconciliation isn't happening. It's like
Kind of like the
no one's willing to.
tariffs.
What do you mean by that?
The majority of tariffs aren't even in effect. The only
Right.
tariffs that went
Well,
into effect was the 10% baseline. Literally nothing, almost everything else is on pause. The only one that's still technically in place would be Canada's because he just agreed to it. But everything else is delayed until August 1st because when he first talked about this, 90 deals in 90 days, and he completely flopped on his 90 deals in 90 days, he had to then save face.
well, yeah. I like I said, it's like I don't 100% support him, but I feel like he's moving in the right direction, and he's trying to like surround him with people who allow him to make the right decisions.
Sure. Let me ask this: who pays for tariffs?
It's the country coming in.
So I don't know exactly what you're saying by that. So let's try it this way.
So if
If the
the
United
NMR is,
States, if
go
the
ahead.
United States places a 30% tariff on the United Kingdom,
Steel from China. Okay, or the United Kingdom. All right, so
I'm
we're
just
importing
doing it
something from the United
arbitrary.
Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if the
absolutely.
United
And
States puts a 30% tariff on the United Kingdom, who is paying for that tariff?
my guess would be the producers in the United Kingdom.
Your guess?
Yes.
Oh, I just want to be clear. Okay, so this is your topic. Tariffs are good, is your baseline reasoning for why you still support Trump. And when I ask you who's paying for tariffs, and I give you a obviously an arbitrary scenario that's not actually what's happening between us and the United Kingdom, you say, I guess it's the producers in the UK.
Yes.
So you don't know anything about tariffs.
Absolutely nothing. Yep, that's right. Yeah, the
Why do you
UK
think
pays the
tariffs
tariffs
are
to the
good?
US.
That Why do you think tariffs are good?
Um, I don't believe that they are necessarily good, but they do support the economy in the sense that it allows us to incentivize manufacturing in America.
Who told you this?
What do you mean? Who told me this? It's just like we are paying for
Who did you hear
resources,
this
right?
from? No, I'm asking, like, where did you hear this from?
It's just common knowledge of what tariffs are, right? It's
Dude, if it
like
was
if
common
there's more.
knowledge, I would never have to ask anybody who pays for tariffs, and no one would ever give me the wrong answer. And you gave me the completely wrong answer, which is why I'm now drilling further into your knowledge, and I'm trying to figure out where you heard this from to maybe direct you to better resources.
All right. So, uh, so tariffs, from my understanding, which may be wrong, it's like I can't give you a direct source. It's from what I've read on, big box store media, is that the country responsible for the product pays for the tariffs coming into the country.
Thank you, Chris, for the $2 twice, so for a total of four. And yes, Gabby, thank you for the two. Just to say, I had the same reaction to the I guess. I'm gonna help you out with something. Yeah, big box media store is a very interesting phrase. Are you talking about, like, I don't know, Fox News?
No, no, no. Like CNN, MSNBC, Al Jazeera.
Uh, Okay, let me just see. Let me just put in here. I actually read Al Jazeera on an almost daily basis, so now I'm curious. What does Al
Fantastic.
Jazeera say about who pays tariffs?
Tariffs, yeah.
Wow, and I can even go back to 2019.
Okay. You have not illuminated the issue of who pays tariffs.
Would you like me to help you out with who pays tariffs?
Yes, please.
It's the importer. So in this case, it's the American company paying the 30% tariff on any goods imported from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
It is not the producer. It is not the exporter. And in no way, shape, or form is it the exporting country. It is. So when you're saying tariffs are good, what we're saying is, and we're talking about all this money coming into the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of this money coming into the United States, it's not coming into the United States. It's being paid for by United States companies and United States citizens. So here, I'm actually going to go ahead and put up my article on the screen, so I hope you go back and watch this maybe. So this is from Al Jazeera, guys. I hope you guys see their icon up here at the top, right? The title of the
Which,
article from 2018 or 2019, I don't remember the date, I have to scroll down to it, is Who Pays for Trump's Tariffs? U.S. Consumers, Companies, or China? And it was from June 28, 2019, and I went ahead and highlighted the spot for me. So does China pay directly for tariffs on its good? No. CBP collects the tax on, and that's Customs and Border Protection. CBP collects a tax on imports from the United States companies that import goods from China.
okay.
So no way in heck are you reading Al Jazeera and they're saying this.
Well,
It was a nice
not
attempt.
specifically this. Well, no, but it's like the New York Times. So
The New York Times definitely does not say that the other country pays tariffs. I also get their news alerts.
So there's a 2025 July 28th article that says that tariffs are paid by the companies that import the goods.
Oh, we got there. Thank you. New York Times, W.
Which, I know it's a million years ago, but what I was saying is that it promotes American
No, read that again.
manufacturing.
Read that headline again.
It's not a headline, but it's I'm putting the article. I understand what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Tariffs are
So
paid by companies that import the goods.
Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah.
So and now if companies are paying these tariffs to import goods, because we know that in order for them to continue to manufacturing their products, because we don't have all of the necessary supplies for them to build it solely in America from just American pieces, right? So because they have to continue to manufacture their products, they're going to need to continue to import goods from countries like the United Kingdom, China, the EU countries, right? Canada, Mexico, etc.
Yep.
And they're paying these additional taxes to the United States where they are selling the products in. How, if they're paying a 30% extra, and again, this is just an arbitrary number, if they're paying 30% extra to the CBP, to the United States government, to the IRS, in order to cover this 30% tariff tax, how on earth are they then going to focus on somehow making all of these little pieces or the product itself fully in America when they have to continue to sell it now and paying this additional tax? How are they going to continue to afford to do that?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Jameson, in the comments, I literally was just addressing that. So I would like for you to try to answer the same question that I just asked the caller. If they're paying for the tariffs because they have to continue to sell and make a profit or put together the parts together, how are they going to afford, right? We'll just say it that way. How are they going to be able to afford to then start their infrastructure within the United States to start manufacturing it here?
Can I give you 2 points?
You can try.
Okay, first off, when you give examples of imports of raw material, Africa is a way better thing because, like, America is definitely going towards, the cyber age, and it's like rare earth minerals are way more valuable than anything that, like, the UK can produce, and that's probably a better argument.
Dude, I just chose a random country. That wasn't China because people love to assume that we're going to go to
I'm just saying that. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that, like, Africa would have been a better argument, and I totally agree with you.
I'm not making the United Kingdom my argument, though. I think that's what you're hung up on. I was using it was an example.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. That's fine. We'll move past that. Secondly, the key is that we're trying to incentivize American manufacture, right?
In theory.
In theory, okay, yeah, we can. All right, so we're in theory. The key is American manufacture. So the key is that we are trying to get all raw resources in the United States, right?
Sure, why not? which is
Why
actually
not?
impossible. Do you know where do you know where there's a cobalt mine anywhere in this country, or cobalt is
I
anywhere in
had.
this country?
I mean, Cobalt killed Bob Ross. That's sad. Um,
Cobalt is
but
necessary for the manufacturing of autos.
yeah. I understand what you're saying from, but it's like, where are you getting Cobalt? It's not the UK. And I understand what you're saying.
Why are
It's
you
like
so
the
hung up on me bringing up the United Kingdom again? I was giving a random example, a random
it's a
country.
what I'm saying is that it is a poor example. All right, and I'm saying
It
for you to be a
wasn't
better
meant to
debater.
be an exact example. And this is, you don't need to tell me how to be a better debater, sir. This is not a debate. This is a conversation. This has never
Okay,
been a
that's
debate. This has always been a conversation. In order
I
for us to
do
even be able
really
to
appreciate
hold a
that,
debate, we have to have some kind of understanding of mutual facts. And you didn't even have the basic
and
understanding of
moderators.
your
Yeah.
own. You didn't even have a basic understanding of your own point. You also have to be able to have the capacity to argue
Oh,
both
that's
sides.
hurtful. Oh,
No,
my
I'm
feelings are
sorry
hurt.
that a point of fact hurts you.
Um, yeah. So, Cobalt. All right. So let's say there's a limited resource, and that the manufacturer of this resource has to pay an
Mining.
extra amount to get this resource into the country. What would be your solution? No tariffs?
No, dude. So let's be clear. Cobalt is a finite resource, right?
Aren't they all?
No. We have renewable resources. It's not all finite. But this cobalt is a
Pump the
non.
brakes. Pump the brakes.
I'm done.
What? Okay, cool.
Phone lines are open. I just can't. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hmm.
How old are you?
42.
No, you're not. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
What year were you born?
92.
Happy birthday. Um, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I would say if I could go back in time, I would still vote for him, but there's a lot of things he does that I do not support. So overall, yes, but I kind of feel like I had to choose between two very bad options.
All right, man. Reflect on your choices more than. I appreciate it, but it doesn't sound like you really still support him, so have a good one. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you stop the stream in the background?
What?
How old are you?
22.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I 100% support Trump.
Guys, I'm going to stop the beeping in a moment. I just have to find someone that's a Trump supporter first. What's the main reason that you still support Trump?
His economic policy, I don't feel like the Democrats had a good candidate either.
No, I don't think you understand. Like, I don't care about who was running for president. I asked you, why are you still actively supporting Trump? So now you mention
He's our
economic
president. Why wouldn't I support our own president? Like, if I don't support the president, then who's going
Thank
to
you,
run the country?
Jesselyn. Oh, sir, you don't have to. Do you think that Donald Trump runs on you supporting him?
I believe the country, our entire society, the United States of America, depends on every citizen supporting each other, and that includes the government and the president. So I will 100% always support Trump. I think it's immoral to say Trump shouldn't be our president.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. How about you?
I think I'm doing way better than you.
I don't know why this involves how we feel. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, I mean,
support
you
Trump.
brought
No way that-
morality into it, which is an odd take to say. I think it's immoral to not support the President of the United States. Are you aware of the First Amendment, sir?
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
feel like you're
First,
asking me a question in bad faith.
and it's a leading question, but it's not in bad faith. Can you remind me what rights are given to the American citizens within the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech.
What else? There's way more.
I don't know all of them off the top of my head. That's the main one I know is freedom of speech. Could you
Freedom of
tell me what the other ones are?
speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, and the right to peaceful protest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I support all of those.
So, if I would say that this, what I'm doing on this stream and talking about why I don't support Trump is two parts here. This is not only freedom of speech, but it's also the right of me to peacefully protest. So right now I am peacefully protesting Donald Trump by having these conversations with individuals. So now, can you tell me how, if this is a part of what's our governing body, our governing set of rules and laws in this country, how on earth is disagreeing with the President of the United States immoral?
I think it's immoral to not support the president. I don't think you know what you're talking about. You kind of sound miseducated. I support your right to protest and have videos talking to individuals. I never said that you don't have that right. You have the right to religion, to protest your views against the president or for him. Everyone does.
But you just said it's immoral to not support the president. So again, if me expressing my freedom of speech and my freedom to peacefully protest against the President of the United States, how does that make me, that action, immoral? Because it's covered under the value of the law.
I never said it was illegal. I said you have the right. I still think it's immoral.
Yeah,
There's a big difference between illegal and immoral.
I actually don't think.
I think you're immoral, but I never said it's illegal. So I don't know why you're like bringing that up. I never said that. You're kind of conflating the two. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Hello? Triggered, I guess. She won't talk. A typical woman doesn't understand anything. You still there? Or are you just gonna like sit in silence because I proved you're wrong?
Oh no, sir. I didn't have to do anything. You already came out and you were full front what your issue is. I would actually posit to the claim that being a misogynist and saying things like typical woman is actually an immoral characteristic of you, sir.
How is that immoral?
Just saying. Whoo! I heard that thunder. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
How old are you?
58.
Can you turn off the stream in the back? Yeah, okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, can you turn off the stream in the background?
Oh. It's live. I'm watching from yeah, it's a bit delayed.
Yes, that's for my internet. I know.
Hi.
Hi.
You on the thing it says you
How old are you?
I'm 15.
I do appreciate you, but you have to be at least 18. Really quickly. Just a reminder, YouTube, we do have super chats and memberships available. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
When were you born?
2006.
Did you vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, well, I do appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
No.
I do appreciate you, but I am just looking for voters and Trump voters
Oh,
and
wait,
Trump
I did.
supporters.
Oh, did I?
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello? Yeah.
Hi, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 20 years old. How old are you?
Early 30s. Did you vote for Trump?
I did not vote for Trump.
All right, thanks, man. I do appreciate you. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Hi, how old are you?
39.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Do you still support him?
Yeah.
What is your main reason for still supporting Trump?
I think my main reason is I just support all presidents, honestly. I didn't like Joe Biden, but still respected him as a president.
I would say it's probably the most American thing to do is actually speak out against the President of the United States. That is how our country started anyways.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't support like calling for people to dislike the president or to work against him.
How am I working against the President of the United States?
Well, maybe not you, but just like a lot of what I see on social media. Like I barely even really listen to what you're saying. I just kind of like called a number. But no, I just wanted to let you know I support him. There's a saying that goes in the military: you respect the rank, not the man. So that's just how I look at it.
So if the rank told you to self-delete, would you do it?
I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like
I
any
can't
situation?
say the word. No, I said self-delete. I'm dual streaming, so like, would you automatically self-delete? Like,
well,
hey,
no, of course not. No.
you did this. Are you gonna the highest position, right, in the military?
Yeah.
The President of the United States says, "Hey, Joe, I don't know your name. Joe, self-delete." You're gonna do it now?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, okay. So does that mean that you are...
Well, there's, in the military, you fall under a Uniform Code of Military Justice, too. There's things called unlawful orders.
Mm-hmm.
So ordering somebody, a subordinate, to kill themselves would be considered an unlawful order.
Okay. To hurt another individual, you wouldn't do that either?
I have no problem doing that, depending on who it is.
So it's your enemy in the time of war, but they already surrendered their weapon, but they're still telling you to fire at them.
No, and there's not a single person in the military right now, I'll tell you that would carry out martial law, the way all civilians are worried about it either. Nobody's going to be coming to your door telling you have to house troops. Nothing like that's ever going to happen because everybody deep down has common sense. Nobody is blindly following Trump. People are just trying to do the right thing.
Oh, no, sir. There are definitely people blindly following Trump, like to the point where they're considering making TDS a real thing, but it's not for the left who's speaking out against Donald Trump. It's actually for the right.
For Republicans.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay.
Like, they're actually researching that because of that issue, right? Is that they're so bought into everything. Like, they did research, they spoke on them, gave them examples of what other people have done and said, so Trump did this, do you agree with it? And they said yes. And as soon as they found out that it was actually done by anyone other than Trump, it became, oh no, that's not good. Never mind, I take it back. But as long as it's done by Donald Trump, it was good. But as soon as they find out that it was actually done by another individual, it was bad. Like, they do this.
Yeah,
there were studies
idiots
done
on both sides. I mean,
I'm not denying that fact.
You can weed out one or two on either side and say, yeah, well,
it's
this guy's
not one or two when it's a larger
well,
number of
I mean, you could say the
individuals.
same about the other side. I mean, do you believe that guys should be in girls' sports and all that shit too? I mean, or is that kind of like common sense? No, that's not a good idea. What do you think?
A trans woman can participate in women's sports as long as they've had at least 2 to 3 years of HRT, because it's already been scientifically proven that HRT, I'm not done, it's already been scientifically proven that 2 to 3 years on HRT actually minimalizes the
why
biological difference.
Why are women not allowed in the infantry? Why are they allowed in every other MOS but the infantry? Tell me why.
Tell me then.
Come on, just tell me why women aren't allowed in the MOS 03 in the United States Marine Corps. Why?
I hadn't heard of that one before, so why don't you tell me?
Infantry. It's a combat MOS. Right?
I know what infantry is, sir.
So
I'm saying I haven't.
Or an outpost, right? You know nothing about military structure. I get it. You only know talking points for democratic fucking.
Do you want to tell me
right?
what else I don't know? Like, guys, I love learning this.
Today
I learned once again. I keep learning these things. Well, no, actually, sir, I actually know science, and I actually agree with science because I actually read things. I understand that it's really hard for you to understand why anything like this. Sir, I don't care about your misogyny, and I don't care about your mansplaining certain things. So it's okay. I understand that. No, it really doesn't. That's your opinion. Okay. Yeah, I know I will. It's okay. See, because I have this great thing where I don't even have to listen to a single thing that you say, and neither does my chat, and neither does anybody else. There's this really great thing where I just lower everything down, and I can keep talking every single time. So you say that, but it's also very interesting to know that, right, that the Navy SEALs is actually open to women, and that there was actually a woman that passed all of their Navy SEAL tests and everything like that in 2018, very shortly after that it was. And then when she chose her position, it was the Navy that put her outside of the Navy SEALs because she actually chose her position, because that's what happens when you actually pass the tests that are required by the Navy SEALs in order to get that. We also have a women Green Beret, so it's very interesting that you would target only the Marine Infantry, which is just for the people that can't cut it for almost any other field of study, right? So they put the men out on the front line to get unalived first. But you want to go straight to that and straight into your misogyny and thinking that somehow women are less than men, which I always find a very interesting take for men to take every single time. Let's be very clear. If women are allowed to enter into the Green Berets, which is the highest level, right? That's the most specialized unit within the Army, that we can obviously see that once again they are completely able to perform the same duties of men. And also TKO wants to point out to you that of course you eat crowns. I bet your favorite crown is red. Thank you, Mike, for the 190, also for saying hi, have a great day. Thank you, I will. This is like very easy, like, and I'm gonna put TKO back up here because obviously you do eat crowns. This is very studied at this point. You might have some kind of poisoning up here. You may want to look into it. So again, like, women are allowed in all specialized units, like all specialized force units within the military, but you want to pick out the infantry and you want to point out that one. But let's be for real. If you want to say that there's some biological difference, I guarantee that there are women within the Army that can actually out bench press you on a daily basis, sir. There are also women that are actual firefighters, and I'm sure you understand that that's actually much more difficult to get into. You have much more rigorous tests that you have to pass, much more physical, rigorous background, like much more rigorous, right, tests in order for you to pass
physically to become a woman firefighter, but yet women are able to be firefighters. Isn't that very interesting, sir? It's really interesting. Like, I know you're still talking, or you're at least trying to talk, but I can't hear a single thing that you're saying, which is why I get to continue to talk, and I'm basically monologuing, right? Is that because, guess what? There are, again, we see that women are able in various forms of, like, career choices that women are able to go into, and they're very much able to compete with men in those fields. It's just the men that are trying to gatekeep those fields from allowing women to go into them. Men such as yourself. Men such as yourself are obviously trying to gatekeep, to keep women out of these fields of study. And if this is something that you're really upset about, I also want to let you know something as well, that it's also going to be because of the patriarchy. These are rules that were set in place by men for men. It wasn't anything to do against women. It was actually this idea that somehow men need to protect women. And I posit this question just to ask, who are men protecting women from? Is it in fact other men such as yourself, sir? Maybe you need to take a look in the mirror and figure out why in every single instance that men feel as though women need to be protected from men, other men such as yourself. I wonder why that would be, because you are in fact a danger to women out in this world, right? So if you are a Marine infantry individual, like you've already kind of said that you were, or implied that you were in the Marines infantry, then in fact the reason why that women aren't allowed in it is because of men such as yourself that I'm certain women actually cover their drinks around. I would understand that, and sure, like, it's okay. We get it, sir. You are a danger to the women in your life. Okay. I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. In fact, I'm actually not sorry at all. I think that this is actually kind of funny and very telling of a lot of different things, that you pick on this one thing. And again, like, women are allowed to be in the special forces, sir. In every branch of the military, they're allowed to be in the special forces. Women have been allowed to be in armed conflict and armed combat, right, since 2016. Shut down and curl into a little ball. Oh, I made someone mad. But thank you, Badam, so much for the $4.99 just to say L host. L host. Wow. It's okay. Badam, it's not anything that I care about for your opinions, but I do appreciate the $4.99. I will also let everybody know, really quick TikTok, give me a second, that every time that you guys send a super chat, if he's probably getting more upset. Every single time. Every single time. He's probably getting more and more upset every single time that I thank anybody for sending me any show of support. They always do, because God forbid that a woman is actually talking, right? So I'm also going to let you guys know as well over on TikTok that he's probably getting really upset every single time that you are sending me a gift. So I appreciate so much. Probably oh my gosh, TKO also has another critique for you, sir. Thank you for the 5. Probably a future domestic threat. Sad he just went off the rails from the get. That is very true. Michael, thank you for the $1.99. I greatly appreciate you as well. Like, let's be clear, guys. Guest is definitely the reason why he's in infantry. Guest is definitely the reason why women aren't allowed to go into the Marine infantry either. He's definitely the reason why. It's okay. Sure. Anonymous, you can think that too, right? L host emotional, not objective, regurgitate facts on emotions. Thank you for the 5. You're still paying me at the end of the day, so I do appreciate it. And I just want to remind everybody that that caller is also somebody that probably disputes science and doesn't agree with science at all. And he wanted to specifically go after 1% of the population. Right? 1% of the population, which is still 3 million individuals in this country. And I'm sure he will still dispute science that, oh, actually, we have scientific data and evidence that shows that a patient with pure 46XY karyotype. I'm sure you guessed you don't even know what karyotypes are. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's okay. They're chromosomes. It's what you take. It's the test that you take to know what your chromosomal structure actually is within your body. So pregnancy and delivery in a patient with pure 40XXY karyotype. So someone that was actually born more male than you probably have ever experienced of being a man in your life actually gave birth to children. Someone that was born with more karyotypes and better chromosomes than you, sir. Like, pure 46XY karyotype. Wow. There's been a slur? Okay, well, have a good one. Thank you, guys. I literally couldn't hear anything, so I just wanted to be clear on that. Appreciate that so much. Jocular. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jocular. I didn't get to read that out loud. Jocular wanted to let you know that you were an embarrassment to the Marines. I hope you're going back and listening to... Appreciate that so much, Megan. I was just going ham. Oh, thank you for clearing the goal. We have time for 1 or 2 more callers if they have any kind of emotional capacity. I know that was on purpose. We'll turn everything back up to normal now. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How old are you?
48.
All right. Did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you still support him?
Absolutely.
All right. Give me just 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt, for the $4.99. Matt also wanted to inform guests that guaranteed women carried their drinks around the last caller. Not you, sir. You're fine. We don't know you yet. I'm sure you're great.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That was all directed towards the last person. That just went absolutely off the rails.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest with you. The listen to him laughing or screaming in the background.
It does usually go off. Yeah, it does usually happen.
I think it's pretty good thing that you got going here. So.
Oh, and thank you, Rachel, for the $5. Also said for triggering the chauvinistic. I can't say oink. You got him angry. I usually do. I'm very good at that. All I do is exist, unfortunately. But thank you, Rachel. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I don't normally go over that many things while actively on a call. So, caller, sir, why is it that you still support Trump?
I think Trump is doing phenomenal with clearing out people that are, bad for government, the corruption, the people that are lifelong politicians, making a living, and patting their own pockets, in my opinion, self-interest versus working for the people. And I think that he's exposing that, and I think that's a good thing.
How, who has been exposed so far, I guess?
Well, if you good question. So exposing, so if you look at, I think it's Peter Schiff, there's a bunch of people that were just exposed about the Obama Russiagate, or the Russiagate thing, where Obama said that he started the whole dossier with his cabinet. There's a bunch of people that did that.
You mean the intelligence report that was released after it was ran and operated by a bipartisan congressional committee headed by Marco Rubio, who's been surprisingly silent throughout all of this.
There you go. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, the Marco Rubio is the one that said that they didn't find any evidence that any votes were changed, but there was certainly interference from Russia, or an attempt for interference, because of their propaganda state, and the fact that we also, under Donald Trump's first administration, put out indictments for individuals, Russian individuals, because we found proof that they had attempted to influence and interfere with the American people. But somehow, wait, are you saying that somehow, like, Obama. I just want to be clear. Sorry. The Democratic president known as, like the former Democratic president known as Barack Obama, colluded with Russia to get a Republican president elected?
No. He actually made, they proved that Russia, before the election, they knew that apparently that Russia had no involvement, or they tried to, but because of the scale.
No, they proved that they had involvement, just that they didn't change or modify any resulting votes.
Okay.
They proved their involvement.
Well, my investigation has shown that they wanted. I've actually studied this and researched this. That they actually did try to, but because of all the different counties and the different states, that there's no way for them to have a meaningful impact on the election.
Yeah, and that came out in the bipartisan report, right? Like, bipartisan report started by Obama, spearheaded by Rubio. They all agreed, including Obama, that while Russia attempted, they didn't sway any votes.
Okay, and that's correct.
Uh-huh.
And so Rubio, it's amazing how Marco Rubio, how he purchased his house in Florida from he purchased that from a guy, one of the
I need a tinfoil, guys.
One of the guys that they're pushing different law. He purchased that house, like a $800,000 house for $300,000. I mean, it's everywhere. Marco Rubio is, he's crooked, is not crooked, but he takes money underhanded too as well.
Then why is he the Secretary of State?
Because that's the whole part of the whole thing with our government.
Oh, so Donald Trump isn't getting rid of corruption? He's in fact hiring them?
Well, he's exposing them, it's
but
hard
he's still
to get rid of
hiring them after he exposes them?
That's what he has to do. That's when you have all these different political. Remember, they were opponents talking crap about each other.
You have to hire someone that you're trying to expose for corruption? Says who?
Well, who else are you going to hire? Who else are you going to hire? I mean, you're going to hire a Democrat? The Democrats are automatically going to, try to impeach him for, no reason whatsoever, or for minimal, circumstances that other people.
Why didn't he hire Mike Johnson?
Well, that's a great question.
How about John Thune?
That's a phenomenal question.
Yeah. How about Tom Tillis before he decided to turn his back? I'm just saying, like, he didn't have to hire Marco Rubio. He could have asked Greg Abbott, right? He could have asked Ron DeSantis. He could have asked any Republican governor, any Republican senator, but he said, Marco Rubio is my guy. So it doesn't sound like he's weeding out corruption, sir. I guess by your own logic and your own reasoning, he's hiring it. Giddy up.
Yeah, I think that our government across the board is bad. It needs to be changed, and it needs to go from getting paid $170 base salary or whatever they get paid. To
$157,000, and that's not enough because they have to have two households. They have to be able to have two states of residence. They have to have a residence in D.C. and a residence in their home state. $157,000 is not enough to maintain two rents or households.
And what's the average worth of a senator or a congressman?
I don't know what the average is. I know individuals have a lot of money, but because a lot of them already had money and because of what their spouses do. So
I don't know, man. It's just a very interesting take that in order to weed out corruption, Donald Trump has to hire them and put them in office first. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Oh, you're a child. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep,
How old are you?
I'm 19.
You're not. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How old are you?
Hello? Too old, 39.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. And can this be a good conversation where you don't speak over me and we really have a good discussion?
No, there is no guarantee of that. I'm just going to read one chat real quick. Thank you, Core, for the €5 as well. Sure, whatever you think, Core. Very interesting. It's not Swarovski. But I'm sure this will probably be a 3.0. Okay, so, ma'am?
Yes.
Why did you vote? Why do you still support Trump?
I love his transparency. I feel like when Trump speaks, it's the truth. You know, we may not always like what he has to say. Hence, right now, MAGA's kind of upset that he's not releasing the Epstein files. But usually with Trump, we could believe him, right? Like other politicians may say A, B, and C to us on TV, and when they go behind doors, it's X, Y, and Z, like literally the opposite. With Trump now, he's transparent, he's honest, and we could take him for what it is. And that's why I voted for him. That's why I support him. And there's some things I don't agree with, like the whole dropping the bomb on Iran, what they just did. I didn't think that was cool. You know, how do you drop a bomb and then say, no more war, like don't come retaliate? I thought that was kind of like, come on, Trump. But that's Trump. He does what he wants to do. The world respects him. Other leaders respect him. It's just you liberals that don't, and you guys don't understand.
I'm not a
but
liberal,
you are
so...
a good. You're something because you're a good representation of the left. You
I'm
guys
not a
are going
leftist
nuts.
either.
Well, you're acting like one tonight on the live.
Sure, you can think that, but that's your opinion. But I just want to be clear on something. So I always find it interesting when people say that they just believe Trump and that somehow he like tells all of these truths. He's very factual. He's very transparent. When just in his first term of presidency, Trump made 30,573 false or misleading claims while he was president. This was in front of the public eye. We also have it that in August of 24, while he was campaigning for president, that when he was holding a news conference, that just in that one news conference, he told 162 lies.
Well, who fact-checked that? CNN, MSNBC? Like, we don't believe that. So
I know you
don't.
I know you don't.
But you guys could say you fact-check Trump as a person. We believe it doesn't make sense.
Why?
To me how many numbers you? But exactly.
So wait, hold on. So, ma'am, if Donald Trump tells you that the sky is purple, are you then going to believe him that the sky is purple because it came out of Donald Trump's mouth?
That's not what I just said, ma'am.
No, you said that you believe things because he tells you. So do you also believe that?
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said Trump as a person, we believe, not the little numbers that you're throwing out saying you fact-checked. You guys are the one that's always lying.
Were they eating the cats and dogs in Springfield?
Even that. But I saw those videos. Like, Haitian people do eat cats. Like, I'm not even going to get into that, but those things were true, and you guys make jokes.
Wait, they're true, but even though you do realize, did you not? Did you? Oh, that's not a dog. That's not a cat and dog. Got it. Yeah, we all can find videos that can also be made up and misconstrued, and
It doesn't mean it has to be happening by the majority. If
Oh, okay. So I also saw an AI video.
much.
I also saw an AI video of Donald
That's
Trump
AI.
groping. Yeah, so but I didn't know it at the time, right? So I had to go and look it up myself. I saw a video of Donald Trump groping inappropriately a young lady. And I thought it was true, so I had to go and fact check it. So if I showed you that same video, if I had never told you that it was AI, but because like over 1,000 people in this live, over 1,000 people in this live have all now seen the video, and I showed it to them. You must therefore believe it's true because over 1,000 people saw the video. So therefore, it must be true.
No, but that's what you liberals do. What I'm
not a
trying to say is,
liberal.
as a person, some people you could just trust because they hardly lie. Trump is one of those people. We trust him because he hardly lies.
I guess I got to put this back up the screen.
You could try. What you said?
I'm just gonna keep putting this up here, like.
What, fact check? Because I can't see. Like.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to. It's okay. No, ma'am. You're far into Delulu land. It does sound like, unfortunately, that knowledge is chasing you, but you're faster.
Oh, listen. You could do your little jokes, but right now Trump is president. And he won, so everyone is delulu.
And everybody lost.
Voted for him.
And everyone lost in this country. Yeah, everyone lost in this country.
But that's where you guys are crazy. You don't respect that people voted and he won. Like, what part of that don't you guys
Why would I
understand?
respect the lack of knowledge that was to be had? Again, so knowledge was chasing, like, ma'am.
You said that?
No, ma'am, because it was disproven the entire time throughout the I'm not done. I'm not done. Hi, I don't watch MSNBC or CNN. That's not even any of the news sites that I've even put up on the screen. I'm sure you think that I do. Everybody loves to say that. Just like you also say that I'm a liberal, but I'm not. You also like to say that I'm a Democrat, but I'm not. I love everybody telling me every single day of my life on these streams, every time that I'm only up here, and I'm only up here for 2 hours out of an entire freaking 24-hour day, right? That apparently I am all of these things that I never knew myself to be. Ma'am, like, I bet, did you also vote for Obama?
This is my first
Did you also vote for Obama?
Let me respond to
Did
what
you also
said.
I just asked you a question, so you should be responding to the question that I just asked you. Everything else was a statement of fact. Everyone else was a statement of fact, ma'am. Everything else that I said was a statement of fact of myself. So let's try this again because you do not know me. It's good for you that this is the first time that it's good for you. This is the first time that you've watched me. Awesome. You sound like somebody else that I've heard recently, and that's okay. So now, did you vote for Obama?
Okay, I will give that answer. But
did you vote for Obama?
Ma'am.
No, I asked you a question. This is how conversations work. When a question is asked, I asked you a question. It is. It is. So do you just obfuscate? Do you just...
like a lawyer that's cross-examining me.
It really is, Meg. It really is. It's a terrible hill to unalive on. It really is. This is crazy.
No, you guys... I'm just trying to say this is my first time, and you're literally coming across like a crazy Democrat and a crazy.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal, and I'm definitely not crazy. I definitely have more sanity than you, ma'am. The fact that anybody just comes up and immediately says, I personally find, right? So let's be clear. You voted on thoughts, feelings, and vibes. Okay, you're the one who said that I feel like Donald Trump is extremely transparent. That I feel like I just get this feeling. I just get this feeling that we can trust everything that he says. So let's be clear. Like, that's what you said. I actually voted on actual facts and evidence. I actually researched my information just because you seem to have this misunderstanding that people actually absolutely have the ability to lie to you, right? You basically just said that you can trust everything that Donald Trump says just because he's opened up his mouth, and therefore it makes it have some modicum of truth. Therefore, it makes it have some modicum of truth that just because he opened up his mouth and he told you something, that therefore it is true. You also have some belief that if everybody has watched the video, if let's just say half the country has watched all of the same video. Therefore, it must be true. Even though that we have evidence that comes out after everyone has seen this video that it's been disproven and that's not what happened. So, for example, I'm going to help you out with something. The evidence, the claim that they're eating the cats and dogs in Canton or Springfield, Ohio, there was only one evidence of one singular woman actually eating an animal, and that was in Canton, Ohio. That was a woman who was born in America as an American citizen. The cat that started this whole mess, the cat that went missing, was in fact found in the woman's basement. It was a claim that was perpetrated by the woman's neighbor because she's like, oh my God, I can't find my cat. Can you help me find it? And then she couldn't find it either. So they both put up a Facebook post. I'm sure that's entirely credible, right? Like, I'm sure that is 1000% credible to just believe a Facebook post, right? Just as credible as believing Donald Trump, okay? So because of a Facebook post that this went off, right? It went off big. Everybody went off and took it. That they're eating the cats and dogs, and that the only thing that you had to say was, oh, there was this man that was carrying a geese, and you know, some people, like, just so you know, like, it's less than 1%. It's actually a very rude racist stereotype to even say that the Haitians eat pets. It's actually a very blatant lie and a negative stereotype held against them that they eat pets. So thank you for showing your bigotry, ma'am. It is very much a racial stereotype. You are a bigot. Thank you for that. Okay? It's already been proven that they don't do that. That less than 1% of that actually happens. Okay? Less than 1% of that actually happens in their home country. Okay? And then we have JD Vance goes on and has an interview, right? With, surprisingly, I think it actually was CNN, goes on and has an interview with CNN, and he was asked directly about it after it was proven to be a lie, and he says, well, if I have to make up stories so that things are heard things that are going on in the community are heard, if I have to make up stories for people to pay attention, I will make up those stories. So JD Vance admitted that it was a lie, but here you are, ma'am, continuing to perpetuate the issue of these lies.
Can I speak now?
I don't know. Can you? Do you have the ability to?
You're so funny.
I'm so funny. I'm really glad by that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gabe, for the $2. I'm sorry that your chat got deleted because you said something inappropriate. Also, Mediocre, thank you also for the $2. You also got deleted because your chat was inappropriate. And Pros, you can call back tomorrow because this is the last caller. I hate to end on someone this cuckoo. Yeah, caller just can't agree, right? So because caller can't agree with simple facts, and this is why I can never say that I'm debating any individual such as yourself, because you have to have the capacity to argue both sides, and you've absolutely failed in that capacity to even show that you could even argue half of your claim. Just half of your claim. You have the incapacity to argue, right? So yeah, you're absolutely right, Meg, on saying 199. Caller says can't agree, so automatically you must be a leftist. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, Meg. I'm glad commenters care about mental health so much. Yes. If you have medication, this is your daily reminder, your daily check-in to take your medication. That might be for you, guest.
After you take yours, show us that you took yours.
I don't take medication, ma'am. I don't need it.
You absolutely do.
Oh, that's. Are you a doctor? 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 Oh, you actually do have to be a doctor in order to give a diagnosis, ma'am? That's inherently wrong. See, we can't even agree on basic evidence, ma'am, that basic data, basic facts, that you have to be a doctor in order to give someone a diagnosis. You can't even agree with a basic fact of that. That is a basic fact of life. In fact, I would call this common sense. But, you know, apparently that's sorely lacking. Again, I'm just going to let you know again that knowledge is chasing you, ma'am. But you just happen to be faster. I do congratulate you on your running speed. I do congratulate you on your running speed. You are doing so great. You are doing so great. Yes, they are, Meg. I mean, I can't hear her, and this is what's absolutely lovely. So are we shaming people with mental health issues now? Congratulations. You are fantastic, ma'am. Good one, caller. Good one. We are now shaming people for having mental health issues. That's
Well, you have
fantastic.
you're
That
shaming
is
them. You're
fantastic,
shaming
ma'am.
them. By
Thank
the
you
way
for
your
showing that
behavior.
once again you hold some kind of bigotry
You're
within
shaming
yourself.
the
You
mental
hold
health
some kind of hate within
population by
yourself.
acting
I
so
guarantee
crazy.
that, oh, now she's moved on to transphobia. Oh, that makes sense too. I also guarantee,
But you're not
ma'am,
listening.
that,
You're not
oh
listening,
God,
so you
actually I
can't
lost
even
what I was going to
tell.
say on that one, but
Is
that's
it
okay.
exactly?
That's
Is a
okay.
doctor
I also,
needed
yeah.
to determine if there's a male or female? A doctor must be needed as
Oh,
well
okay. So
to
let me help
determine
you
if
out with
someone is
this.
male or female.
Yeah, no, I actually
You're
have
just
more
crazy.
things.
Listen,
Have
I'm
you
gonna
ever
go.
heard of
I'm
this?
gonna
I'm gonna
go
help you
because
out with
you
something.
can't
Since
have a
this keeps
debate.
coming up
No.
with this,
I'm
I'm
wasting
gonna help
brain
you out. So
cells
this
talking
was
to you, man.
reported
I'm
on by
gonna go. I'm
PubMed.
gonna go.
I have it up on the screen. Go back and watch the stream if you would like. Pregnancy and delivery in a patient with pure 46 XY karyotype. Do you happen to know what a karyotype is, ma'am? What's karyotypes? What are karyotypes? Oh no, she's still here, guys. She hasn't hung up. It's literally still active. 14 minutes and 57 seconds. Now she hung up. Got it. She doesn't know what karyotyping is. She also seemed to be unable to hang up the phone. That makes it even more funny. That makes it even more funny. It really does. You were incapable of even hanging up the phone. So, Linda, I'm going to help you out with something. This was karyotyped, ma'am. If you read the study, Linda, that wants to keep typing in my comments and spamming the same thing, yes, I'm aware that there are multiple variations of chromosomes, ma'am. But in this particular study, it was a pure 46 XY chromosome. Meaning the traditional form of what we consider to be a male. Yeah, not XXY, but XY. Pure male karyotyping. But it's okay. Feel free. If you couldn't even read the basic part of that, I don't think you're doing okay. Anyways, guys, really quickly, TikTok. If you guys want to help me with this goal real quick, just send me 1 or 2 kiss faces. I appreciate that, but I'm going to mute you real quick. So give me just 1 second. All right. Over on YouTube, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate all the chats. I appreciate all the love. Thanks for showing up and seeing all the chats and everything. You know what? Thanks for being here. Do appreciate you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow at the same time that I'm always on, 7 p.m. Thank you. 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I will be back tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. Y'all have a good night. Stay sane, if that's possible. Bye. Okay.